have other options, but this would be enough to get them to satisfy their requirements. Put it like this, since I'm on film.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept EDC's offer of the community center donation up to the 25,000 mark.
I second that motion.
There's been a motion seconded that the city council accept the economic development offer, very generous offer of assisting the city in the community center. Any other questions? Questions? All in favor? Got a live one there. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. What you got, something?
Well, I'm number 8 too.
Well, hold on. Not really. I'll share it with you.
Well, mine's more important yours, but go ahead.
No, you give me more money. Go ahead. Let me go get my flyers, actually. You go ahead and start it off.
I got my own flyers. I don't need your flyers.
I got mine.
Well, I got mine.
Mine
You're
in color.
getting yours.
Mine's in color.
On the July, we talked about it before, on July fireworks, we're not going to have it on the 4th, we're going to have it on the 7th, the Saturday after. Villages is having theirs the Saturday before. July 4th is on a Wednesday, which is a weeknight. It makes it tough for people to stay out too late. So anyway, we decided to have it on the Saturday after because we were also able to get a qualified person to do the fireworks. And it's actually turning out to be really going to be a nice weekend. We've got 2 large slip and slides for the kids, water slides, and one will be pretty good size for the bigger kids, one's downsized for the smaller kids, age 2 and on up and smaller. The adults can get on that big one, or on the one for 2-year-olds. The adults can too. But we're going to have a remote control airplane show. He's going to come in. Oh, mine's pretty. He's going to come in at 1 o'clock. Let me see that. You got 4th of July on there. It's not 4th of July. It's July 7th.
It says 4th of July celebration,
You're
July the
going-
7th.
You're going to confuse the people.
They already confused.
But anyway, we're going to have the remote control show at 1 and 3 o'clock. These are large remote control airplanes. Some of them land and take off from the water, so that's going to be pretty cool. And what else did we have going on? We have some vendors coming out, and there'll be some wood carving vendors. We got a vendor coming out that sells, what is it, sherbet ice cream. I was trying to figure out what could we do that people don't do normally at the lake because they can't. They don't bring ice cream because they can't keep it frozen, so we're going to have that going on. And then the slip and slide is going to be there for clean water versus lake water if nobody wants to get into the water. And I'm working still on some other things, but it really sounds like it's going to be fun. So we could really use everybody's participation in coming out to the lake. We could use volunteers. So if anybody wants to come out and help us handle the crowds, and I'm really expecting a lot of crowds since it's going to be on the Saturday after the 4th.
And what time's off the call?
We're going to open the gate at 12 o'clock.
Cost?
It's $10 a car, and if you have anybody that wants to walk in, it's $3 per person. Now the slip and slide, they will be charged separately for the slip and slide, but it won't be a huge fee. It'll be cost effective for the family. And all the proceeds, anybody made off this bill will go to the fire department for them.
What time will the fireworks?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
At dark. It's usually what, 9?
When it gets dark and you got all the little boats out there in the water looking like Mr. Miyagi, lights on and all that. It's very beautiful.
It's nice.
It is beautiful because a lot of boats be out there with the little red lights on, and it is a sight to be seen. Of course, some of us cheaper citizens sit on their roof in their driveway and watch the show from there instead of coming out and giving
and charge them.
Yeah. While some of us are out there actually working the
I will
gates.
make a donation this year, even if I'm not there, actually.
We know you're not gonna be there. But yeah, I mean, we have a blast, and it's been a tradition. And years, well, if you remember last year, we spent $10,000 on the fireworks show, and there was a couple in the economic development board who stood up and said, "Well, we're gonna spend $10,000 on the fireworks. Let's spend $10,000 on that building." And so what we're in the process of doing now is, I'm kind of, this newspaper man, you might not want to write this down. I'm kind of strong-arming some of the local businesses for donations. And so we should have a real good fireworks show. I've already collected X amount, and it's going to go to the fire department, and that's just the way we do it. And I mean, we've got, even though there's one that's threatening to be reorganizing, quote, or going bankrupt, they donating too. It's kind of hard selling beer when I got a police car in your parking lot with the lights on all night long. I'm sorry, did I say that? But, yeah, so the community and the businesses, they are all pitching in. So, like I say, it's a yearly thing, and we had a great turnout last year. As a matter of fact, you even had me watching the gate. Yeah, there was.
But you're doing it again this year too, don't you?
For the same $250, I'll do it.
As long as you donate it to the fire department.
And I said, who gets it? She came around and paid me, I gave it to him. So it's all for the fire department. And for those of you who don't know, the fire department needs every dime that they can get. And I'm not going to go into it right now, but if you just knew how these guys work to protect you, I'm going to say this and leave it alone. When I first took office, Cofy Chitty and Diamond Head had problems with this annexation thing. But even Diamond Head, even though they don't agree with Cofy Chitty and some of the people there, they even donate to the fire department. That's how valuable the fire chief is and his department is. And for those of you who doubt him, no, I'm not going to go there. Anyway, let's move on. So it's all for the fire department. So anytime, you know, I know there's some citizens that come by, especially in the summer, come by, donate a couple cases of water, whatever. They appreciate everything they get. They don't get paid, just here. They get a little stipend every year for X amount of dollars, and it does not last them throughout the year. I supplement them by paying for their gas and paying for their truck. One of the trucks we're paying for, if you look on there, the check written register should be $716.
Yes.
Wow, good and good. We're still paying for that fire truck, but that's to protect you. Don't get it twisted. It's to protect you and to protect any of us. That's why we have the paramedics out here. It's to make it more convenient for the citizens here. So I'm not going to get on that horse, but anyway, it's a good thing for the fire department. We're going to try to help them out. So if you want to come by, you want to give a donation, you want to come by, you want to work the gate, you want to come by, just enjoy yourself, I would advise you to, once you walk in the gate, go in the gate, make that immediate left, right along that aisle there, that corridor there. That's where you want to watch the show from. Why? Because the smoke from the fireworks is going to come that way and the mosquitoes are not going to bite you. I'm serious, it's the best place in the park.
Well, that's where the vendors are going to be, so.
Oh, well, see, the 89 vendor boy
That's right.
changed it.
That's right.
They changed my diagram up. All right. Well, that's like the time they had 25 porta potties out there, but I'll leave that alone. Thank you, Don.
Sweet.
Potters, updates on the lights, Briarwood Bay. I have Potters, Officer Potters, recommendation for 5 lights for Briarwood Bay.
Which are owed to them related to the agreement with everything, correct?
Service plan. I said up to 10 lights. Adam caught me. He caught me. I was trying to slide out of that one.
For the kids and the other.
Yeah. Hey, I don't have no problem with all y'all doing over there. I have no problem. I'll light it up, Jack.
Appreciate it.
I will light it up. Believe that. Now, I think I got something on there about lights later. Donna, on down the road. Yes, I did. Right?
No. No, I don't believe so. Unless it's in your report.
Okay. Now, as far as the lights go, we're not gonna discuss that this meeting, but next meeting, if there's a concern about our lightage and our monies to use these lights, then I need to know your concern. Because I still have 4 lights in Kilo Park. And I did that because Donna told me that she doesn't even have to watch the Playboy channel anymore. All she has to do is look out her window when those lights are not in Kilo Park and all kind of extracurricular activities going on. So that's why I left those lights in there. And this past Memorial Day weekend, I went through there. Matter of fact, my brother came down with this travel trailer, whatever you call that thing, mobile home drive thing.
Motorhome.
Yeah, motorhome. He had a ball. He had a ball right there by you.
Next to me.
And I told him if you came out there, just sit behind. And they caught 20, 30 catfish. They just had a ball. And because of those lights, they felt really secure. Of course, that's my brother. He was packing, so, you know. But I want to take those lights out of there. So if the lights is the issue, then we'll come back to it. Let me go ahead and give you an update on the lights for Cofy Landing Road. Evidently, I didn't make myself clear when I was talking about Cofy Landing Road the last time about putting that light there. I wasn't asking the city council permission to put it there. I told y'all I was going to put a light there because if I remember right, my words were, it's just the right thing to do. Mrs. Dross did all the footwork, did all the leg work. I've got the paperwork on it as far as how much it's going to cost. Y'all have made LD very happy. He wants the light there. So my thought is, after talking to the technician, he thinks that 400 watt would be too bright, correct? And it might actually blind some of the people. So he's thinking just a regular street light shining down on that intersection will be enough. And I don't really see a problem with that. So that'll be an additional light. And it's gonna cost, you got your cheat sheet?
$1,052.
$1,052? It's gonna cost $1,052. I guess that's with, Ms. Dross, you did the legwork. Is that with the pole and everything?
Yes, sir.
That's with the pole and with everything. That's not to be voted on, that's just what's gonna happen. So, we will get him started on that light, and y'all will have a light on that street. Yeah. It's hard enough seeing him daytime with that bridge hanging over like that. But we'll get him on it sometime within the next few days.
In regards to that, I did ask the mayor to put that on the agenda for us to consider, but he said he would just take care of it, so.
And in regards to what you said, is what I just said, that when I first
I just wanted them to know,
Yeah.
Judge, that I did not.
Judge.
A judge, mayor,
Wow,
excuse
get up
me, a
here.
judge, so,
Yeah.
sorry.
Hey. Anyway,
I'd like to know that it's time, put down there with a fine about whatever our city
It
works
doesn't-
now,
for.
that's the other thing we're gonna talk about this afternoon.
What number?
No, I know what does work. though.
Reading, clean up, fishing on bridges, that's number 12.
No,
We gotta go to number 12. All right, so anyway, for the record, the lights that Potter, Alvin, you tell me, y'all are familiar with that area. Potter says that he wants to put lights on Forest Hill and High Point, Meadow Drive and Valley View. Steve, you tracking? 2207, whatever, Broward Drive. 7520 Broward Drive. And Badview? Is it
Bayview.
Bayview? Hey, Potter wrote this, okay? He's a cop. Bayview and BW Drive. Well, I guess that's Broward Drive. You think that'll pretty much do it?
I'm not Potter.
If
What
you-
was the last one?
Bayview Drive and
By Billy
Broward
Brown's house in
Drive.
that corner by the park.
So that's what he came up with. I guess I need you to give, y'all have your homeowners association meeting this week, correct?
Next Thursday,
Next week?
the third Thursday.
Okay. Remind me, I'll be there. If you have any additional ones, we'll look at that also. But Potter seems to think that that will light it up enough. So we'll go from there.
Okay.
Okay, Prada's up in, all right. Oh, any other question? All right. Consider and act upon budget. Now, we can make this easy, we can make this hard. Is there anyone, so I'm not gonna hold these folks here for no 2-3 hours going through this budget. Is there anyone who wants to go through this budget line item by line item? No, I'm just saying, line item by line item. I'm gonna give every council member a chance to talk, whatever they want to say. Okay, well, since we're not worried about that, Let's start with Ms. Dawson.
Okay, well, I have a couple of things. One, I don't see anything on here that includes maintenance for roads, and I think that needs to be considered in our budget to set aside some money for that for this next coming year. And the other item.
Can I address that right quick, or you want to go ahead and continue?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. As far as maintenance of our roads, we have just spent and was given, all our roads are good, pretty much. I don't see a construction thing or anything happening within the next year. We just patched all it did, and, you know, we just, because of, what's his name?
Giesland. Ken Giesland.
Ken Giesland. What he volunteered to do, we have patched and plugged every road in Cofy City, so within the next year, I don't foresee that being a problem. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying that usually, you know, you have heavy rains, whatever, you're gonna end up with potholes, something will happen within the next year. It always does to the road. Somebody's gonna come in and say, we need our road fixed. I just think it would be a good idea. It's a recommendation, it's a suggestion to put it on the budget to be prepared in case we do have a problem with roads for the next coming year.
Okay.
The other item that I would like to talk about, Mayor, is that I think on the budget, we're supposed to have a hearing on this budget before we consider an act on it. We're supposed to have a budget hearing and let the public is supposed to have some input on it as well, because if they have ideas or something that they want for the city, we are supposed to consider that. And so there needs to be a budget hearing before we accept this. And that's really all I have on that.
Okay, in regards to the budget hearing, it doesn't have to be a budget hearing. I did that out of the goodness of my heart to have the public have input, but there is no such thing that says it has to be budget hearing. But if that's in fact what y'all want to do, I'm fine with it. It doesn't matter to me. Okay, Lee?
The only thing I saw here was very simple. They took out jet ski expense on here from last year. Yesterday, them right.
Yeah, we
So that's one thing I noticed needed to take out.
yeah, the jet skis went, well, I'm not going to say where they went, but there were several little,
That's all right, you want to take some?
okay, yeah, we can't get the jet skis anymore because of some of our concerned citizens. So, I can take it out.
The one thing Amy mentioned about money for roads, I had mentioned it to you before. Can we not, City Hall passed a 50-cent sales tax, if I'm not mistaken, to help with their road improvement. I know our city is small. Is that anything that we can even consider?
No.
We're eligible for? I don't know how that works.
Because if you're talking about, yeah, you talking about taxing the individual citizens here?
No. 50-cent sales tax.
Okay.
It's an improvement tax, not an economic development board.
Now, we're already taxing them 1.5 right now. You can't raise them what they call comptroller.
So we're at the max we can go, is that what you're saying?
As far as I know right now, we're at the max, yeah. When we had on the economic development board.
Your max,
We're max right
That's
now.
all we're talking about.
your max.
Did you say the, is that it?
I think, we're really going to have to look at this budget. We've come into quite a deficit over the year's period, this next year's period. We really need to ask each department to really watch your cost, see if we can do anything to help save this, and we may have to start looking at cutting something here in the next, whether it be next few weeks or next month or two.
Well, let me give you an example of what we've already tried, attempted to do. We've cut, what is it, the end of this month? Angela, phone lines,
Yes.
cut the majority of phone lines out, cut out all of other faxes. We're only using one main number. Next thing to go will probably be cell phones. So we are trying to cut back as far as we can. Are you talking about cutting back small items, or are you talking about cutting back personnel? What are you talking about?
Well, we may make it, whether I like it or not, make a big item.
You're talking personnel.
24,000 is a big number. That's $2,000 a month coming short. I don't think robbing from here to pay Paul is the thing to be doing. We've been doing it for 6 or 8 months. We may need to sit down and look at personnel, as I hate to.
I have a comment that might clarify his interest there. I may go ahead and speak it. If you're finished, I will.
I mean, that's all, we've got to take some serious looks, especially come November elections. This budget year may not be worth it. We may have to make some huge cuts than what I'm talking about making in the near future.
This is amendable.
It's going to have to be minimal depending on what November elections call for.
Well, yeah, I mean, we all are not swaying. We're all kind of in the breeze with this November election thing. I mean, you know, all we can do is prepare for it one way or another way, and then once it happens, if it happens, deal with it. I don't foresee a very big loss as far as our revenue. Everybody else does. I don't see it. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. And let me say this. And any member can beam in and kind of get ready. I've looked at cutting personnel. And believe me, that would be one of the last things that I would do. But if it has to happen, it has to happen. I understand that.
We may have to. Like we've been borrowing from Peter for how long?
Yeah.
6 months?
Yeah, well,
7 months?
here it is right here. I took $10,000 from here just to make payroll, so I understand.
Some of that's due to the ratchetness of the payment from the back office.
Well, but we can't always base it.
I know,
You know,
you're right.
You know, we talked in past meetings about Jacksonville
Well,
going
the comptroller's got Centennial right where they want right now. I can't say it because the newspaper man, but they got him.
Well,
He's squealing.
at some point, we're going to.
I would consider. All right. This is Joy.
That was my concern. I mean, we're going into a new budget with $25,000 deficit, and we're supposed to be trying to have a balanced budget. And also, I'm looking at this sales tax revenue in 2012. I mean, from last year, say, from 22,000 down to projected maybe 16, 17,000. I mean, it's just steadily going down. And they are, I mean, they have petitions that are circulating in Tyler now. So it's probably just a matter of time before Tyler goes wet. And if it does, I mean, even out of hard liquor, if it does, and Brookshire's puts in beer in their store, I mean, they're in there buying groceries. They're gonna, if they drink, they're gonna buy beer there. I mean, they're not gonna drive all the way out here. So I don't see how we're gonna be able to continue. And we are at our last CD. Am I not correct? We don't have any the backing of having CDs to fall back on anymore.
No, that CD was cashed according to the last budget for the building. I spent $27,000. 12.5 was our matching fund, correct?
Yes, that is
And
correct.
that $14.50 is still over there in the south side account. Just waiting on somebody to finish the building. So even though we budgeted for it, we hadn't spent it. And I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I'm not like, if this happens, if that happens, I'm gonna wait till it happens, then we'll make the necessary adjustments. I mean, but in the meantime, yeah, we were looking at some ways to cut our deficit. I understand what you're saying. You got anything else? John?
What I was going to ask about is the sales tax income figure. You're looking at roughly a $25,000 a month income stream. Is that based on the 1% or 1.5%?
1.
Then that's what I thought as well. So what we have here on our expense side, we have the EDC as an expense. It has its own 0.5% income stream. If you remove the EDC out of there, since it does not entail the 1% issue up here at the top of the sales tax income stream, that you're showing expense on an income side that's not available to you. You can add back the EDC 0.5% if you wish.
Mayor, don't you believe that 300,000 that you have in there is the 1.5%?
Excuse me, I was speaking. I didn't interrupt you.
I'm okay. I'm telling you.
I know,
Go
I
ahead,
know.
go ahead,
I'm
go ahead.
respecting the fact she got to
Go-
speak.
go- go
Okay,
ahead.
back to my comment. We're showing an income stream side of sales tax for 1% at 300,000, correct?
Right, last year I
Whether or
cheated
not
you.
it's fallacious or hopeful or whatever. Down here in your expense side, you're showing an EDC account, cost of 97,484.
Mhm.
Okay, EDC is a self-propagating entity of its own, and it's 0.5% base.
Mhm.
So you can remove the 97,484 out of this and make this correct. Because you did not include the 0.5 sales tax it earns normally.
No, that total figure is with the EDC, with your third that you get every month. That's why we put it in there.
So 300,000 is counting our third.
It's counting your third.
That's what I was asking. So
Right.
this is 1.5%.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
what,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
All right.
Correct, Shalana? Isn't that how we did it? Yes, it's adding you in there. As a matter of fact, if you remember, like last year or something, I want to say the year before, I purposely manipulated the numbers and put, I think, 250,000 in there, so we had that 50,000 to fall back on. I didn't do it this year.
I didn't understand the
Yeah,
basis of
you're
the
right. You're
income.
right. Yeah, that is the 1.5. That's total.
Let me check.
Hmm?
Well, how much was it, 21,000?
What this month?
Let me check.
29 something. And if you look at the EDC, they got
Mine.
19. 19 something.
Out of this one you just handed?
The one I just handed you, yeah.
That was mine.
Okay, 9 is half, 9 is, I'm
Nine.
sorry, yeah, 9,
Nine.
sorry.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be bigger.
Or a third.
Yeah.
So that's the third right there.
But the EDC tax is collected separately from sales tax. It's not, it's a special tax that's added to a sales tax. So you can't say that the EDC is a burden to the city.
The EDC is not a burden.
He's just
But
including
we
in the budget.
included you in an overall thing.
Right, but for people who don't see what is actually going on, they hear that we're taking money from the city. It's not money taken from the city, it's specifically collected for the EDC. And if it's not collected, that 0.5%, if you demolish and get rid of EDC, you can no longer collect that half. So it's not a burden.
No,
for
it's not a
EDC.
burden. It's an additional tax that's
Right.
enforced with the interest of the EDC.
Right.
For anybody that don't understand, they are not a burden.
That's right.
They just gave me 25,000. Hell no, they ain't not a burden.
Then, we're looking at Coffee City's budget here and our, including the EDC. EDC also has a pleasure of a hotel motel tax percent.
Right.
And I gave that to you.
That's fine. What I'm saying is that the indication of that in the income side is not here, even though it would be basically funneled straight through. It's not an expense of the city, but
No, that's just a debt that you collect that doesn't need to reflect in this budget. This is a city budget.
okay.
We have nothing to do with that. I gave that strictly to you. I mean, not to you, but to the EDC.
So the only conflict then I was mistaken on in my thoughts was that the sales tax income consists of the EDC income as well.
Right, right.
Okay.
And if only thing I would do different is take your, let me look at it again.
You just basically subtract out the EDC.
I'd subtract out the EDC period, yeah, the
And
97.
your numbers
this, that,
still be the same.
and the numbers would still be the same.
Uh,
Now, that would bring in that 24,000.
Year to date.
Well, it still would be a net loss of that
Right.
number, even though
Right, it would still be the same thing.
these numbers would change. The last comment I'm making that I've already spoke to Lee is that this is an amendable instrument here that will be reviewed if we do see a change, a sea change of income due to maybe an election, let's say in precinct 2 or Tyler itself. So
I think it'll possibly change, we may need to make whether we want to or not before.
there are other areas. Chandler's looking at it.
Year to date right now, we're $12,300 behind compared to last year.
That's
Compared to
fine.
last year, we're 12,000 behind? Even with the projected 2 months? I didn't see that.
Well, I'm just plugging, what I want to do was I plugged in 29,000 in June,
Mm-hmm.
and I added up the same number of months in June from last year.
What about 12,000 behind?
12,000
Okay, I can live with that.
And that there's also, on the policy side, there's taking into consideration what may still be owed, what back rooms or however you call it from down the road here.
My final comment is, being a member of the EDC, that we have diligently tried, of course, it's a macro level of economics in this United States that's preventing a lot of the activity that we hope for. A lot of people are holding tight what they have. They're not venturing into investments. But we have been actively soliciting various venues to be brought here to help defray some of the losses we may be experiencing in the future. A lot of us who had the foresight years back was trying to do this, and we've had, for the most part, most of the citizenry here to support us, but there has been some issues with a concerned citizen group to be negative towards any efforts that we've tried to diversify our income base from. We will continue to do that, hopefully, and hopefully something will come through for us, but most of it is a macro level, not micro level. And we hope to have something developed for us. We have some things we're working on, but these things are slow and painful to get started, and we have to overcome the adverse situation we deal with on a local level as well. And that's just too sad to even comment further about. But at any rate, with that said, we're trying to do what we can to bring something else here to subsidize the amount of services that we receive from our police and fire department, and hopefully keep the lights turned on in this building. So that's the last of my comments.
Okay, and then, not retaliation, but in answer to what you were saying, Lee, I will give it a hard look. I mean, I made it a business. I understand. Sometimes you have to make cutbacks. Sometimes you have to do that.
And I hate to even bring it up.
With you.
Well, mine's more important yours, but go ahead.
No, you give me more money. Go ahead. Let me go get my flyers, actually. You go ahead and start it off.
I got my own flyers. I don't need your flyers.
I got mine.
Well, I got mine.
Mine
You're
in color.
yours.
Mine's in color.
On the July, we talked about it before, on July fireworks, we're not going to have it on the 4th, we're going to have it on the 7th, the Saturday after. Villages is having theirs the Saturday before. July 4th is on a Wednesday, which is a weeknight. It makes it tough for people to stay out too late. So anyway, we decided to have it on the Saturday after because we were also able to get a qualified person to do the fireworks. And it's actually turning out to be really going to be a nice weekend. It really sounds like it's going to be fun. So
I have some issue.
we could really use everybody's participation in coming out to the lake. We could use volunteers. So if anybody wants to come out and help us handle the crowds, and I'm really expecting a lot of crowds since it's going to be on the Saturday after the 4th.
And what time's off the call?
We're going to open the gate at 12 o'clock.
Cost?
It's $10 a car, and if you have anybody that wants to walk in, it's $3 per person. Now the slip and slide, they will be charged separately for the slip and slide, but it won't be a huge fee. It'd be cost effective for the family. And all the proceeds, anybody made off this bill will go to the fire.
I have other options, but this would be enough to get them to satisfy their requirements, put it like this, since I'm on film.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept EDC's offer of the community center donation up to the 25,000 mark.
I second that motion.
There's been a motion seconded that the city council accept the economic development offer, very generous offer of assisting the city in the community center. Any other questions? Questions? All in favor? Got a live one in. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. What you got, something?
Well, I'm number 8 too.
Well, hold on. Not really. I'll share.
Show at 1 and 3 o'clock. These are large remote control airplanes. Some of them land and take off from the water, so that's going to be pretty cool. And what else did we have going on? We have some vendors coming out, and there'll be some wood carving vendors. We got a vendor coming out that sells, what is it, sherbet ice cream. I was trying to figure out what could we do that people don't do normally at the lake because they can't. They don't bring ice cream because they can't keep it frozen, so we're going to have that going on. And then the slip and slide's gonna be there for clean water versus lake water, if nobody wants to get into the water. And, I'm working still on some other things, but we've got 2 large, slip and slides for the kids, water slides, and, one will be pretty good size for the bigger kids, one's downsized for the smaller kids, age 2 and on up and smaller. The adults can get on that big one, or on the one for 2-year-olds, the adults can too. But, we're going to have a remote control airplane show. He's gonna come in, oh, mine's pretty. He's gonna come in at 1 o'clock. Let me see that. You got 4th of July on there. It's not 4th of July. It's July
It
7th.
says 4th of July celebration,
You're
July the
gonna-
7th.
You're gonna confuse the people.
They already confused.
But anyway, we're gonna have the remote control